FNMs. FNMs. Are you ready for victory? Are you ready to kick the PLP out? The deputy leader, party officers, FNMs, Grand Bahama, Bahamians everywhere. Good evening. May 10th will be retirement day for Perry Christie. Come May 10th, we are taking our country back.
Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long.
So I ask you tonight, FNMs, are you ready to fire them? Are you ready for victory? Before I came here tonight, I got a formal report on the state of the general election. The report is based on information from every constituency and includes specific numbers. I formally report to you tonight that the Free National Movement will be the next government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Freeport gone red!
Grand Bahama, on the 11th day of April, the Commissioner of Police read the proclamation dissolving our parliament. Yesterday was nomination day, and all I saw was red and victory.
We rockin' with Doc, baby. We rockin' with Doc, baby.
We all formally offered ourselves for service. Let me tell you something. The PLP is not really a political party alone. They are a business club who use politics to serve the corrupt interests of a very few. We now see that Jerome Fitzgerald wasn't telling the truth about trying to do business at Bahama while he was negotiating on behalf of the government of the Bahamas. He first denied this, but the truth has come out. He should be fired for what he did. But since Perry Christie won't fire him, we need to fire all of them.
Doctor, the country is sick, sick. The country is sick, sick. The country needs immediate attention.
So I ask you tonight, Grand Bahama, will you fire them? They're trying to hear you in Miami. You cannot be heard, so I ask again, will you fire them?
Doctor, the country is sick, sick. The country is sick, sick. The country needs immediate attention.
Did Christie know about what Jerome was doing at Bahama? You know, some other senior PLPs have family business connection at Bahama, including Allison Maynard Gibson. It is poetic justice that the man who read other people's email on the floor of the House of Assembly had his own emails leaked. FNMs and Bahamians everywhere. In the FNM, we are different. We are the party of good governance and public service. Yes, service. This is what true leadership is all about. Remember, those who seek to lead must first demonstrate that they can serve you. Perry Christie and the PLP have forgotten this. They have forgotten the people. They are arrogant and full of themselves. And that's why they won't tell us where the VAT money gone. But it's still the people's money. Parliament is the people's house. And they still work for the people. And election day, the people will fire them.
Get a fire burning.
We are ready to serve the people. We are ready to work for the people. We are ready to end the corruption. We are ready to end the lies. And we are ready to end the secret deals.
This the worst government ever.
Grand Bahama, it's now the people's time. So I ask you tonight, what time is it? Whose time is it, Grand Bahama? What time is it?
It's the people's time.
FNMs, Grand Bahama, Bahamians everywhere. Have you had enough of this PLP? You know, and I have said it before, and I will say it again and again and again. Perry Christie and this PLP has without doubt been the worst, most corrupt, malicious government since independence. And they got to go.
Let's send Perry into retirement. He got plenty time to sleep then.
My brothers and sisters, we cannot allow the PLP to get their hands on another dollar of our VAT money. They have been disastrous in Grand Bahama. They talk about gold, but instead have left their destructive rust stains all over Grand Bahama. There is nothing new about them. It is simple, you know. If you like the state of Grand Bahama, stay with them. Do you like the state of Grand Bahama? If you want high crime, lack of jobs, same old promises, same arrogance, same friends, families, and lovers, stay with them. If you like Michelle Rackley, if you like Michelle Rackley,
Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long.
Obi Wilscombe,
Yeah, so long. Hey, so long.
and Dr. Darville,
Yeah, so long. Hey.
with them. But if you want something different, something new, something better, then come with us.
Doctor, the country is sick, sick. The country is sick, sick. The country need immediate attention.
I thank God for May the 10th. Finally, it's the people's time.
Y'all know what time it is. It's the people's time.
Major hotels remain closed because of them. Many of you are struggling just to pay mortgage because of them. And some of you have even lost your homes because of them. Instead of helping you, the PLP sent the mortgage corporation to take your homes
This the worst government ever.
and put you on the street. The bazaar is a ghost town. Airlift and cruise ships are stagnant. There is no hope for your future with the PLP. Perry Christie came here and said he sent Obi to Canada to negotiate a heads of agreement for the Grand Lucayan. What a bunch of nonsense.
Lies.
Once again, they are making a big promise right before the election. They're only promising you the possibility of a deal because there is no deal. The PLP is responsible for the loss of thousands of hotel jobs here in Grand Bahama. So Grand Bahama, your FNM has carefully created a plan that will touch the lives of all Bahamians. And I invite Bahamians to visit our website, rfnm.org, and carefully consider our manifesto. The PLP's plan is simple. Make more and more promises and hope you forget the mismanagement, recklessness, and incompetence. Can you believe that after 5 years in office, the best they could come up with is free electricity? They've allowed Bahamians to suffer for 4.5 years, and now, just before election, they want to offer free electricity. Perry Christie is also giving out free grocery. They're really desperate. Your FNM will immediately remove VAT from bread basket items to bring relief to the less fortunate. We will immediately expose and make all private or secret deals of the PLP public. In Grand Bahama, the Grand Bahama Port Area Investment Incentives Act 2016, or the Job Killing Bill, will be disastrous for you here in Grand Bahama. It is unfair for the Grand Bahama Port Authority and its companies to be exempted from paying real property tax for 20 years. And all licensees must apply to government and then be exempted for only 5 years. Is it fair that the Grand Bahama Port Authority and all their companies are automatically exempt and do not have to pay. But the ordinary businessman must go crawling on their knees to beg the government. And you know this government, you only get service if you give them something. This is wrong. And upon coming to office, we will immediately repeal this provision. We will put an end to Grand Bahama's neglect. Freeport will again become the magic city.
Hey yo, 1, 2, 3, get up, we got victory. No weapon they throw at me, you know it won't prosper. Now, just
in Grand Bahama, we believe in assisting your businesses. We will eliminate all preferential treatment and government bureaucracy, making things easier for you. We will put an end to the neglect and ensure that your island receives the international exposure required by establishing an investment promotions board. Education will play a key role in the redevelopment of Grand Bahama. The campus of the University of the Bahamas, BTVI, and the Hotel Training College will all be expanded and further developed. Important industries like fishing and agriculture will be developed, especially in East and West Grand Bahama. We will provide a more focused attention on tourism in Grand Bahama. Imagine the development of historical sites, ecotourism projects, and increase the medical tourism investments. I believe in the talent and strength of the people of Grand Bahama. It is time to rise. Grand Bahama Island is bursting with untapped potential. I believe you can become a leading offshore technology hub similar to Silicon Valley. Grand Bahama will live again. Let me make this clear for all to hear. We will bring relief to Grand Bahama's poor and less fortunate. Yesterday was nomination day. In West End and Bimini, you nominated a talented, young, educated professional, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe. Obi Wilchcombe represents the old. He represents the past. He represents the no-good, corrupt practices of the PLP. Obi must go.
Yeah, so long. Hey, so long.
Fire them. Pakeisha Parker will retire Obadiah. You nominated another vibrant, young, educated professional, Iram Lewis. Central Grand Bahama, the PLP does not care about you. The PLP wants power, but Iram wants to empower you.
Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long.
So, you give me Iram? Grand Bahama, I can't hear you. Will you give me Iram? In Pine Ridge, you nominated someone who knows about service. He has been a servant leader most of his life. Dr. Darwell has failed as an MP and failed as Minister of Grand Bahama. Pine Ridge is still trying to find the ducking Darwell. Don't mind the noise in the market. Mac will serve you better than Darwell.
It's time for Marco Pine. It's time for Marco Pine. It's time for Marco Pine. It's time, it's time, it's time.
This time, support and vote for Marco Pine and the FNM. This time is Marco Pine time.
It's time for Marco Pine. It's time for Marco Pine. It's time for Marco Pine. It's time, it's time, it's time. Come on. It's time.
Marco City. Marco City. You nominated a proven leader. He is a hard worker, and he does not wait for things to happen. He makes them happen. Marco City, Michael Pintard will work for you. Norris Bain cannot be trusted. He sold out. He sold out for a well-paying government job. Don't listen to the PLP lies. No one will work harder than Mike.
My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream. Hear the most I in my sleep when me sleep.
So I ask you, Marco City, will you give me Michael Pintard? Yesterday, you nominated in East Grand Bahama our deputy leader. He is proven and tested. He will lead the charge for change in Grand Bahama's economy. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Keep the PLP out of East Grand Bahama.
East Grand Bahama, it gets sweeter. It just gets sweeter with Peter. Oh yeah.
FNMs. They told me that the PLP had a mini rally and a few cars was on the motorcade. They even having a rally tonight. They are followers, not leaders. Do not be moved. I am reminded of the story in 2 Kings. Elijah's servant saw an army and asked, what should they do? Elijah answered, do not fear. He told him not to fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray open his eyes that he may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elijah. FNMs, I pray you can see what I see. I see an army of Bahamians in a sea of red. I see an army of Bahamians, some wearing no colors, and even some wearing yellow, who want what we want. They want change. Change is coming, FNMs. Change is coming, Bahamas. I see a host of people all across this island and all across the nation who are ready for change. So I ask you, Bahamas, I ask you, FNMs, are you ready for change?
Keep the fire burning.
Do you want change? FNMs, I see victory. Do you see victory? I feel victory.
Keep the fire burning.
The PLP's time is up. It's now the people's time. Grand Bahama, it's the people's time. So I ask you, what time is it? Whose time is it? I want to leave you with one word. The word is work. Grand Bahama, work. FNMs, work. Yes. Our years of suffering can soon be over, but we must work. We must work like we've never done before. Every candidate must work. Every FNM must work. Knock on every door. Bring back every FNM. If we work, change will come. If we work, we will win. If we work, victory will be ours. I now call to the podium to stand here with me the future members of Parliament.
Hey!
The Deputy Leader and the Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Mr. Peter
Come on,
Turnquest.
people of God. Here we go. Hear my cry, oh Lord.
Mr. Michael Pintard, the next Member of Parliament for Marco City.
From the end of the earth, where I cry out to thee. When my heart is
Patricia Parker Edgecombe, the next Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini. The great Reverend Frederick Michael Pine, the next Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge. Mr. Iram Lewis, the next Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama.
people of God.
FNMs, you are looking at your Member of Parliaments.
Hear my cry, oh, I tell
The country is being swept with a wave of red. A tsunami had started in the south and moving to the north. I also want to join me on the platform tonight, Mr. Darren Henfield, the next member of Parliament for South Abaco, North Abaco.
Here we go. Hear my cry, oh Lord. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of
FNMs,
when I cry, oh
this tsunami is coming through. And I am from Andres. In Andres we say, it's a salami coming through.
to